Hello and welcome to Live, Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. On this week's show I shall be chatting to the legend of the local music scene, Mr. Stephen Faulkner. As usual, we'll be playing lots of homegrown music by local bands. Hello. I hope you're all well and having a great week. Okay, let's kick things off with a song from last week's guest. Here's Ali Flex, Who Dunno. The wonderful Ali Flex and Who Dunno. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly. He was on last week's show. If you'd like to listen to last week's interview again or any other of our interviews, check out musicinleicester.co.uk. So let's have a little bit of a blast from the past. Actually, this is one of our favourites from, it must be about 7 years ago this lad was around. Here's a Skunk Boy project, fourth on my list of lovable evil dictators.
You'd be hot as a fox if you weren't cold as steel. If you had a little love, you'd have some sex appeal. Your effortless repellent is no match for a mortal man. Self-righteous in your rights, crush any man in sight. You could turn a light debate into a full-on fight. With an army at your hands, I'm sure you'd have battle plans. You're fourth on my list of lovable evil dictators. After Stalin, Mussolini and Hitler, you're the greatest. And if you yearn to learn what undo this status, you're a cynical, critical, all-around satirical sadist. Heart in a jar, no mercy, no charm. A look almost cruel, yet so close to calm. Suspicious and malicious, and frankly all kinds of rude. Emotionless or so plain, the rest too fit to go near and put it to the test. On a mission for positions of power to rule the world. You're fourth on my list of lovable evil dictators. on a mission seem to disappear. Some say release, some say deceased. There's posters on the wall about 10 feet tall, just a cue that she's watching you. Don't be a pest, fall in line with the rest. Don't stand out, whatever you do. You're fourth on my list of lovable evil dictators. After Stalin, Mussolini and Hitler, you're the greatest. And if you yearn to learn what earned you this status, you're a cynical, clinical, all-round satirical sadist. You're fourth on my list of lovable evil dictators. After Stalin, Mussolini and Hitler, you're the greatest. And if you yearn to learn what earned you this status, you're a cynical, clinical, all-round satirical sadist.
That was the Skunk Boy Project, and fourth on my list of lovable evil dictators. Or it used to be great watching him around on the local music scene because he had his ukulele. In those days it was quite a novelty. But yeah, great sound. Love that. Anyway, so let's have a little bit of Dibs, actually. One of his latest tunes. You know who it is.
You'll know who it is, they call me Dibs. You'll know who it is, they call me Dibs. Stripper Milsey, I'm a white MC. You're the enemy, I'm a real G. You'll know who it is, they call me Dibs. You'll know who it is, they call me Dibs. Stripper Milsey, I'm a white MC. You're the enemy, I'm a real G. You know who it is, now I'm not the enemy. Dibs on the mic, yeah, it's like I'm selling me. 8 whole years since I made remember me. Living with white block, yeah, my flow is dead to me. If you wanna hate, then you know a friend to me. Sitting back, chilling, seeking inspiration in a dark place, dark situation. Banging out tracks, showing dedication. Killing MCs, no hesitation. Hanging on the beat like a decoration. Giving dirty looks, bare intimidation. White MC, bare discrimination. You know who it is, they call me Dibs. You know who it is, they call me Dibs. Stripper Milsey, I'm a white MC. You're the enemy, I'm a real G. You know who it is, they call me Dibs. You know who it is, they call me Dibs. Stripper Milsey, I'm a white MC. You're the enemy, I'm a real G. The very first time I was on stage, I was only 17 years of age. Got my name out, not how I planned out. Sitting in the studio, living in doubt. From the rooftops, I never wanna shout. Best MC, I never got the title. Different genres, I wanna be versatile. Changing my flow, wanna go the extra mile. Haters wanna hate, I don't really give it. It's putting out tracks, wanna make another hit. Talking the real issue, never wanna quit. Wanna know about me, maybe just a little bit. You know who it is, they call me Dibs. You know who it is, they call me Dibs. Stripper Milsey, I'm a white MC. You're the enemy, I'm a real G. You know who it is, they call me Dibs. You know who it is, they call me Dibs. Stripper Milsey, I'm a white MC. You're the enemy, I'm a real G.
That was the very latest from Young Dibs. You know who it is. Excellent tune there. Okay, so going from the present, let's go back to the past again, about 7 years ago. Here's the Harrow Brooks, Where I Am. That was the wonderful Harrow Brooks and Where I Am. Okay, so it's time for this week's lovely interview where I'm chatting to local legend Stephen Faulkner, singer-songwriter. But first of all, let's have one of his songs, Only at the Start.
I'm all out of things to do. I'm staring at my TV, nothing jumps out at me. I've lost interest, you know, watching clocks perpetually. Games and films perplex me. Why bother getting dressed at all? I'm living in my PJs, Monday through to Sunday. Binge box sets, watched them all. know they're all the same, but they occupy my brain. I should count my blessings, but I get bored of them eventually. I'm already losing my mind, and we are on the upstart. On the upstart. On the upstart. On the upstart. Oh, get a grip, yes, silly man. Do something constructive while you can. Learn a language, write a poem or song. Feed your soul before it's dead and gone. Talk to those you love and hold them close. There'll be a time when you can't, so make the most. Help each other, your friends, they need you now. Don't wait to the end to work it out.
That was Only at the Start by the amazing, ultra-talented singer-songwriter Stephen Faulkner, who happens to be my extra special guest on this week's show. Hello, Stephen. How are you today? Stephen with a V, that is, I should say. How are you?
Hey, Kevin. I'm good, thanks. How's it going?
Excellent, excellent. It's going very well today. It's nice and sunny out, which makes a pleasant change. Okay, so let's just start off with a little bit of background information about you. Now, just briefly, Steve, how long it feels like you've been on the music scene from the beginning of dawn, as far as I'm concerned. But how long have you been around? How long have you been doing music, and how did you get into it?
I did my first gig, and it hurts me to say this, 25 years ago.
Wow.
When I was 16, I had 20 songs I could play, and I walked into the Prince's Feathers in Hinckley and just said, would you give me a gig for 50 quid? And they said, yeah, all right. And I did it. And so I gigged sort of on and off sporadically for maybe 8 or 9 years, and then took it up more seriously in my later 20s. But I initially got into music, I got a guitar when I was 4 years old.
From that first gig, did you get good feedback? Were the crowd up for it?
It was a nice enough crowd. I was probably not great, and I remember one girl telling me that your voice is all right, but you need to work on your guitaring.
Oh,
and I just come off stage buzzing, and I thought, no, I don't, because I was an arrogant 16-year-old, thought I was going to take over the world. Yeah, it went all right. It went well enough that I did some more.
You wanted to do it again. Great. Yeah. Excellent. 25 years. I didn't realize that is the beginning of dawn as far as I'm concerned. Wow. Now, we've just played Only at the Start. Lovely little ditty there. Can you tell us about how that came to be and what it's about, Steve?
Yeah. It's no secret that the music I've been releasing has been all done during COVID times.
Right.
It's a bit of a regret that I've never released my own music over the years that I've been playing gigs, and it took COVID to kick my backside into action. But Only at the Start was written at the start of lockdown 3. Essentially, it was, we all had to sit there and watch those announcements. And I thought, another 3 months, I've already gone mad and we're only at the start, is generally the gist of that So all those lyrics about staring at the TV, wearing your pajamas Monday through to Sunday, being bored. It is basically just trying to put a humorous slant on what was a pretty bleak thing.
Right. So you didn't find lockdown very easy then, did you, Steve?
Well, I did, in terms of I was healthy, and my other half Becky was here, and I found things to do like recording music. So I was actually all right. But there were moments where you just thought, God, it'd be nice to go to the pub. It was easy enough, but I think we were all just getting a little bit cabin feverish. But I wouldn't call that it being a difficult time, if you know what I mean. That's just, everyone had to deal with that, so you felt like you couldn't really complain about that. But yeah, just trying to make light of things like, like I say, nothing. You've completed Netflix, for instance, and things like that. But then the bridge of the song is where the serious lyrics have come in. So what's it say? It says, "Get a grip, you silly man. Do something constructive while you can. Learn a language, write a poem or song, feed your soul before it's dead or gone. Talk to those you love, hold them close. There'll be a time when you can't, make the most. Help each other, need you now. Don't wait till the end to work that out." So that's where the message is just in that bridge, really. The rest of the tune is just trying to make light of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's quite apt. I think we can all relate to that, Steve, all of us. So yeah. I've noticed that you've been prolifically releasing stuff over the last couple of months. So is that stuff that you've been writing during lockdowns then?
Yeah, everything I've released that you could find on Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your music has all been released since July 2020.
Right, and that's when you really decided to get your act into gear then, because until then you've always been before lockdowns you've always been a live performer, haven't you? So does that mean that's taken your focus and you've not bothered really recording until now?
Yeah, essentially it's always been a case of having the means. I don't for a second blame not having the money for recording studios and things as the reason for me not doing it, because I think I've found in the last year, if you want to get it done, you'll get it done. You'll find way. I took the little money I did have and bought a proper MacBook with Logic and, some good microphones and all the different bits of kit that you need to record. So rather than going into studios, I just started doing it myself. So everything I've released I've not done it in studios. It's in my spare bedroom. So
the songs we're playing today are all recorded in your spare bedroom?
Yeah. And my mate, AD, who is known as Jupiter's Basement, he's really good at production. And I sort of ping them over to him. He sprinkles magic dust on them and then suddenly they sparkle, which is really cool. But even he is just doing that in his bedroom. So it's a great team effort. He's really helped out.
It shows you what you can do, how well you can get things sounded. Okay, speaking of which, let's play your next song. Let's play "Call Home." Love this song. Love the violin in that. Was that a bit of your producer there putting the violin, or was that your idea?
My idea. So I played it in on keyboard, and then I used the program to turn that played in performance into written manuscript. So the dots on the staves, right. And then I sent that to Natasha Pattinson, who's in the Hardy band. She also lives in Hinckley, and she recorded that on real violas. So there's no computer instruments. That's all proper instruments. That.
Okay, so here's "Call Home" by Stephen Faulkner.
Raise up your hand if you're counting the days until you figure things out and accept your mistakes, and you come to a place you You're never quite sure which path you should take. You can't read the signs, there's a load in your way. Just take a moment, call home. Don't you ever dare say you're sorry for doing your best in a life so lonely. Just take a moment, come home. Yeah, raise up your hand if you're counting the days until you figure things out and accept your mistakes, and you come to a place you can call home. Just take a moment, call home. Just take a moment, call home.
That was Call Home by the amazing, ultra-talented singer-songwriter Stephen Faulkner, who happens to be my special guest on this week's show. So, Steve, lovely little song. It's one of my favourites there. Did you write that during lockdown as well?
Yeah. When did that come out? That came out July. So I would have written that around end of April, May time, I think.
Okay. And what was it about then, just generally? Just tell us a bit about the song.
The phrase call home is kind of meant as it's meant to say, you know, just check in sometimes with yourself, with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. It's about the power of talking, or recognize when someone needs to talk. You know, we've all seen the posts on Facebook that, you know, I bet no one would share this, that blah, 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 mental health people, blah, 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 those sorts of posts. But it's kind of trying to find a better way of saying that. So, you know, lyrics, raise up your hand if you're counting the days till you figure things out and accept your mistakes. You come to a place where you can go home. So it's kind of just saying, you know, we all feel a little lost. No one knows where we're going. So sometimes just check in, have a chat, because that's nice and that's healthy. And it's a comforting thing.
Yeah. You've been on the music scene for, like you say, quite a number of years. Are there any tips, perhaps, you could give to new musicians just starting out?
So new musicians starting out, what, and they're looking to get gigs and just
get their music out there.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do, other than recording it and uploading it to the various places, is really I would hit some open mic nights. You know, once you got 3 or 4 songs, that's all you really need for an open mic. You know, they're generally forgiving atmospheres and supportive atmospheres. So you can go down, try out new stuff, or if you're not you know, if you're not that confident on your instrument, that doesn't tend to matter at an open mic, and you know you'll get realistic feedback, which is good. You'll get to know other musicians, you'll get to know the venue, and hey, if you're good, they might just offer you a gig.
Absolutely. You know? Brilliant. And there's quite a few open mic nights around, aren't there, in both, because you're from Hinckley, but also various other places in Leicestershire. Have you got a favourite one that you recommend?
A favourite open mic night? It's a very good question. Probably Rhett Barrows at the Soundhouse is the one I've been to most recently. That's really good because that's nice because it's at one of the proper venues in inverted commas. You know, so you get to play on a proper stage with lights, sound engineer, monitoring, and all the rest of it. And there's nothing wrong with pub open mics; they're great. But when you're at a music venue, it's specialised, it's set up for you. So that's nice to get experience of being on the stage with the bright lights in your face, you know.
That's true. Yeah, so, just looking at our gig guide in music in Leicester, actually, because we've got some of the open mic nights. I can see, the one at the Soundhouse is on Tuesday nights still. With Rhett Barrows. So great. I think that's a really good tip. I've been to some of those nights and they're amazing. Now, you've been prolifically, obviously, doing loads of gigs since lockdown. Would you say the music scene, is it getting back to normal, or how are things in the music scene and for the musicians since lockdown, do you think?
It's a good question. I think I gig on two levels, really, because before COVID, I made my job as a covers... sorry, I didn't say that very well. My job was as a covers singer in pubs, you know, just singing other people's songs. So on that level, I think the music scene is pretty much back to where it was because the bookings are coming in.
Yeah.
Regarding, playing these, my own songs in the original forum, as it were, I think venues are still taking baby steps, still very cautious, with good reason, because they have to be seen to be doing everything right to the letter, although, they're scared of being closed down or more lockdowns and things like that. So I played a show with Jamie Lenman from Reuben at Fire back in September, I think it was. And that was still all seated. I think it was about maybe 40 capacity, something like that.
Right.
Which was great. It was a lovely atmosphere, and everyone who was there appreciated some live music, and that was lovely. But I think we're not at the point where venues are, just opening the doors and it's like it was again. So it's important that people who are attending gigs are doing their lateral flow tests and just knowing for themselves that they are negative before they go out. Because all it takes is one person not to do it or to get it wrong. Then a venue's staff have to all isolate, and then there's no gigs for 2 weeks because the venue's got no staff.
Now we're going to play a couple of little ditties. You did this is intriguing me now. You've done a song, "A Night by the Sea" and "A Day by the Sea." Why have you done the two different versions?
Well, I recorded a song called "By the Sea." Okay, and it was a rock song. When it turned out in the end that was "A Night by the Sea." Okay, but then I did it, and I thought, well, I haven't got a band. I can't play a rock song live. I can do an acoustic version. So I thought, well, I'll try an acoustic version. And I did it. I put the guitar in, and then I played the Gaughan, and then I put some tambourine in, some backing vocals, then a different bass line. And I thought, well, this really works on its own. It's just so I thought, well, I'll separate them by the day and night thing. And my friend Charlie Shelton, he's a keen photographer, does a lot of lovely landscapes and things. So he had the photos there to use. But yeah, it was just simply that I thought an acoustic version would work well. And it was nice that because the song was more established in my head by the time I'd finished the rock song, there's places in the rock song where there's a stop at the end of the verse before the chorus to give the chorus more impact. But on the acoustic version, instead of a stop, you get a nice little major scale descending run, like like a little reading. And I just thought it had its own personality and was different enough to do a double release.
Oh,
I
I
thought,
see.
hey, why not?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's quite interesting. So it actually started off as being the rockier one, and then and then the acoustic version came from that. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, we'll play that in a moment. But before we do, have you got any gigs lined up in the immediate future?
Yes. There's one particular one that I'm really looking forward to. It's on November 15th. It's at Firebug. It's a Monday night. And I'm supporting a band called Idle Sons. Don't have any social media presence. It turns out I actually know one of them, Owen, who used to share a house with my younger sister.
Excellent.
And they've basically sold this gig out.
Wow, that's pretty good
I
going.
don't know how they've done that with no social media presence
Yeah.
and no music online. But my word, they've done a job. As of yesterday, there were 10 tickets left.
Excellent. So if anybody wants any tickets for that, how do they get hold of them, Steve?
I think it's on C Tickets.
Right. And your Facebook page as well.
Yeah, it's on my Facebook page. It's been shared around. Or if you can't find it, just pop me a message. I'll soon link you up.
Excellent. I think I'll certainly be going along to that. It sounds awesome. Okay, so if people want to get in touch with you, Steve, how do they do that?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So Facebook is Stephen Faulkner Music. Instagram is at Stephen Faulkner. I've got a website, so it's stephenfaulknermusic.co.uk. I don't do TikTok yet.
Anyway, it's been absolutely fantastic chatting to you today. Before we sign off, we're going to play A Night by the Sea. Now, could you just tell us, we've had a bit of background information about how it came to be, but could you tell us a little bit about what it's actually about? It's about a night by the sea, is it?
It's more to do with, it's sort of, I see things through rose-tinted spectacles quite a lot. It's sort of just about the hope that by the time I get old, it's that romantic hope that we're all going to end up as old people by the sea in our couple. You see the old people when they've gone to their retirement villages, and you think, oh, they've been together 50 years and they're still together. And it's the hope that by the time we get there, we can look back and go, yeah, that was really good. What a life. We took all the risks, we did all the right things. And we did right by people at the same time.
Yeah.
We did the right thing. We can feel that was good.
Yeah.
We were good.
Again, very, everybody. Righty ho then, Steve. So it's been great chatting to you and hearing about your music. So let's play A Night by the Sea by Stephen Faulkner.
I intentions, though I sometimes get it wrong. And you, yeah, you are the only reason I keep moving on. I keep moving right. With all the best intentions, though I sometimes get it wrong. And you, yeah, you are the only reason I keep moving on. I keep moving on. I keep moving on.
That was me chatting to local legend himself, Stephen Faulkner. So that was really interesting, actually, finding out about his music and the meaning behind it and how he got into it, etc. So yeah, great stuff. Now let's have a little bit of Strizzy Strauss, Driven.
They say behind every great man, there's a great woman, fueling that drive. Yeah, driven by the dream of being something more. It's more than what they see, this thing is something pure, something raw. They're stuck on pause, I'm trying to start abroad. Yeah, with my C's, me and my girl, they're on one accord. She struck a chord when we had a talk. So now I'm doing more, trying to show her what she loves me for. Show her that I love her more, building on a good rapport. She's a queen, my best friend, she deserves it all. I feel empowered with her by my side. They say a coward dies 1,000 times. With me and her it's do or die, it's vital that I treat her right. Without her, man, I wouldn't survive. Another day in this rat race. She brings peace to a bad day. She don't pre what them gals say. Feels what I do and in the crowd when I'm on the stage.
I see you in my dreams as I close my eyes. I really need you as a part of my life. And although I just know that I'll still love you till the end of my time. I hope you know I'll never leave you behind. Leave you behind.
It's more than words when her brother's with her. Yeah, she knows my soul and my heart together. Alright, I told her hold it, man, it here forever. See, cause every day you make her brother better. Yeah, you make me calmer than I used to feel. Stronger now I know it's real. Hoping we can seal the deal. I told her, baby, you can hold the wheel. Come on, I trust you and I know it's real. You shine a light on a dark road, pulled me out a deep hole. Now we got a sweet home. You brought life to a lost soul, a family to grind for, the reason I stand tall. With you it ain't a money thing. Money cut on by the things you like them other chicks. I love it when we vibe, cause your mind's on some other ish. Sharpening my style, by my side you make a brother
All
king.
the time, I see you in my dreams as I close my eyes. I really need you as a part of my life. And although I just know that I'll still love you till the end of my time. I hope you know I'll never leave you behind. Leave you behind.
I love she loves me and I love her back. The chemistry between us something they could never match. Reenact, recreate without a proper blast. I love her more than any trapper says he loves his cash. Money over bitch, but my missus she's a woman. I used to get it twisted, now I treat her like she's something. Treat her like she's equal, cause to me she's something special. Find I feel I'm winning, I don't even need a medal. Foot to the pedal, riding now in the fast lane. Me and her are close, I'm telling her she needs my last name. Catching joke, I love her laugh, love her pretty face. Love the way she holds me close, how she says my name. She's my dame, I'm my man, she's the one I love. She's the one, she's the queen, she's the one I trust. I got her back, she's got my back, nobody's blocking that. Growing more every day, sticking to the plan.
I see you in my dreams as I close my eyes. I really need you as a part of my life. And although I just know that I'll still love you till the end of my time. I hope you know I'll never leave you behind. Leave you behind.
That was Strizzy Strauss and Driven, which brings us to the very last song of today's show. What better way to finish it off with a little bit of Switchdown and Mercedes.
never know exactly what you want me to be. Spending my time overthinking every little thing, and don't ask why, 'cause life's too short, but I'll be alright. I'm gonna wake up with my fears. I dream to find a little piece of mind. Can't shut this up, save me from myself. I just wanna feel, just wanna feel. Down the line, I carry on talking to myself and realise I've got to break this vicious cycle. I never know, I never know, I never know, I never know. Just say I'm fine, please say I'm fine. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna wake up with my fears. I dream to find a little piece of mind. Can't shut this up, save me from myself. I just wanna feel, I just wanna feel. I'm gonna wake up with my fears. I dream to find a little piece of mind. Can't shut this up, save me from myself. I just wanna feel, I just wanna feel.
That was the amazing Switchdown, who played a packed out gig a couple of weeks ago in Firebug in sunny Leicester. Of course, we chatted to them a good few months ago now, probably late last year. And so, yeah, if you'd like to hear that interview, it's on musicinleicester.co.uk. That brings us to the end of another show. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget, if you want to find out what gigs are going down in Leicestershire, check out musicinleicester.co.uk. We've got a very handy gig guide in there, along with lots of interviews and reviews and previews of gigs coming up as well. So do have a good week, and I shall see you here on Hermitage FM next Thursday at 5 o'clock.